Welcome to WorksheetCloud Grade 9 English on this wonderful Friday, which means weekend. You all know how excited I get about the weekend. So if you have any queries, any concerns, any information you'd like, please make sure to email grade9@worksheetcloud.com. This is for in case you didn't understand something throughout the lesson or you just feel you want a little bit of extra information. Let's get going. Okay, so the day in history, I always like to look back a little bit. They say we shouldn't dwell on the past, but we can learn from the past. So today, which is May the 8th, in 1945 was the day that World War II ended. Right, so on this day, historically, war, or the biggest war, World War, has stopped, and they started with treaties and trying to get countries back up and running. So a very momentous day in history today, and I guess also a reminder that a world war is a terrible way to sort out any type of problem, whether it be economic, a pandemic, and the best way is to work together. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're doing today. Before we get going with it, we need to make some quick decisions. You'll see why when we get to the topic. So I'm going to start, I'm going to answer, and you answer at home and think quickly what your preference would be. Okay, which team are you? Pineapple on pizza? Yes, I don't have a problem with that. When do you shower, morning or night? See, now that's difficult because for me it's when I've exercised. So at the moment, morning. When do you pour milk? Before or after cereal? After. I first put in my cereal, then I pour the milk. After. Okay, I hope you're keeping up. Which team are you? Is a hot dog a sandwich? No. I don't think so. No, it's a hot dog. Is it called soda or pop? Well, in South Africa, we say cool drink. Which way should toilet paper be on the roll, over or under? Over. How do you cut sandwiches? Rectangles, triangles. I cut rectangles. How many holes does a straw have? I guess one, but I want to say two. Okay, so I feel a bit stressed after having to make those quick decisions. So what we're doing today, you're going to need quick thinking. Okay, so I know I've just taken you through a bit of a crash course, so keep that going. You'll need pen and paper because you will have to jot down a couple of things as we go along. Now you might be thinking, why has this woman made me do quick thinking quizzes? Why am I choosing pineapple on pizza or not? It is because today we are doing summary skills. And summary skills is about taking the important info, making sure you know what the topic is, and going. So a summary is brief, it's quick, it's concise. Okay, it's all the sort of detailed and extra information put aside. Okay, so today, welcome to summary skills. Now guys, this is really important. Summarizing teaches students how to take out the most important ideas in a text, how to integrate this in a meaningful way. It improves your memory. You'll need it for every single content area and every job. And it's also a decision-making skill. So guys, summaries are actually preparing you for life. In any business, in any job, in any occupation you find yourself in one day, you have to always be able to important ideas, make them meaningful, use your memory, and make decisions. So it's really a skill that you're learning for life. Okay, so we're going to watch a quick video just as a bit of an introduction into summary writing. Then we're going to look at, based on, our South African caps, how you guys are used to getting summaries in exams. And what I can tell you is going to help you get 10 out of 10 every single time. Promise you, you should really be getting 10 and you will be getting 10. Okay, so let's first just listen to a little bit about writing. Okay, we will get there.
Summary writing. The ability to summarize information is one of the most important critical thinking skills you can develop. Taking large quantities of information, understanding what that information means, and condensing it into a shorter version of the original allows you to have important information on hand for easy reference without having to memorize long passages or complex statistics. In technical writing, different audiences need varying amounts or types of information. The technical summary or abstract is written for those who need a brief overview of a longer document for general information or to make decisions. For whatever purpose, writing summaries is a task that many think is easy, but in actuality can be quite challenging. Process and hints to summary writing. The biggest problem with summary writing is deciding what to include and what to leave out. A bit of instruction on the process to follow, along with useful techniques, will have you writing expert summaries in no time. Number 1. Read the piece to be summarized for understanding without editing. Make sure you understand the content, including major and minor sections, as well as the overlying message being conveyed. Look closely at topic sentences and keywords repeated throughout. Number 2. Read through the material and cross out useless information while underlining what you believe to be the most important points, even if those points are words or phrases. Process and hints to summary writing. Continued. Number 3. Write your summary in your own words. Follow both the organization of the original as well as its tone, though you need to make sure your own point of view is objective. Opinions should not appear in a summary. Any words or phrases from the original need to be properly documented and punctuated. Number 4. Your summary should be 15 to 20% of the length of the original. Number 5. Be sure to go back when you've finished your summary and compare it to the original for accuracy.
That video was very concise and very clear on what you need to do when writing a summary. But I'm going to now condense it, like I said, and make it applicable to what you guys get at school. Alright, so writing a summary. The first thing you have to decide is, what is the summary question? Am I being asked to give tips on healthy living? Am I being asked to define global warming? So you must be very, very sure, because otherwise, how will you know what to take out? So that is very, very important. Number 2, how many facts must I provide? Now, 99% of the time, it will be 7 facts, but read your instructions. What is the word count? Word count can be anything from 70 to 90 words. Again, read what the instructions ask of you. Must I provide a paragraph or a bullet point summary? Now that's very important. Your instructions again will guide you. So these are the areas where people lose marks, so make sure that you take notes. Again, here are some hints. Use your own words as far as possible. Write only one fact per sentence. Do not use contractions. Won't, can't. You must write in full. Each sentence must have a subject. So you can't write along the lines of, let's say it's about hiking. You can't write climb the nearest hill. It must be you must climb the nearest hill. There has to be a subject to your sentence. Very important. If you're asked about hiking, stick to the tips on hiking. Don't start defining different areas or mountain types. You stick to what the question asks. Okay, we're going to look at a summary now. It's entitled What Not to Do When Creating Your CV by Jacqueline Smith. As I read through it, I want you already to do what the teacher in the video told us earlier. He said the first time you read it, already jot down keywords and phrases. So anytime while I'm reading, you think you've come across what not to do when making your CV, jot it down. Okay, I'm going to start reading. You're welcome to look at the screen with me. When Tina Nicolay began working as a recruiter for Walt Disney World in the late 1990s, she noticed that many job seekers were submitting flawed CVs. Since hiring managers often base their first impression of you on your CV, it's imperative that you review it closely before hitting send on your job application. Especially when an opening yields a high volume of eligible, talented candidates, employers may be quick to toss your file in the rubbish pile for even the smallest mistake. Nicolay says that she has seen too many CVs with typos, unprofessional fonts, outdated information, and irrelevant information. This sloppy approach to compiling your CV will make you look lazy. A CV should be a summary that is supposed to be a short, concise piece of information, but many feel obliged to write lengthy paragraphs of information in a CV. Potential employers find this boring. Avoid stating the obvious, as this might come across as arrogant to an employer. References are incredibly important. Do not omit this information, as it means your CV will simply be tossed aside. Employers will always check your references, and simply leaving out that information makes you seem suspicious and untrustworthy. A CV should be a very clear indication of what you have accomplished in life. It makes it very difficult for a company to assess whether or not you are a fit for a job if you simply list skills but do not show how these skills have been utilized to fulfill your potential. Language is obviously important. There is a fine line between being much too formal in a CV, as it alienates the reader and makes you appear distant, or littering your CV with buzzwords. This modern approach might make you feel like a true millennial, but trendy does not mean professional. Social media has unfortunately ruined vocabulary and made these trendy buzzwords popular. So, as you give your CV a final look, make sure it doesn't include aspects which employers may find annoying. If you want to ensure that your CV stands out from the others, use these tips to succeed. Okay, so there was a basic article and actually teaching you quite a lot about how you should write your CV and what you should not include. Now, let's have a look. Our topic is provide 7 mistakes to avoid when creating your CV. So everything you write down must be a mistake to avoid. Your summary should include 7 facts, not exceeding 90 words. So you've got your number of facts you're allowed to give, and you've also got your word count. Guys, don't go over. 91 words, that's a problem. You must write a single fluent paragraph. So not bullets, a paragraph. You don't need a title. Indicate your word count at the end. So now we've been given our instructions. So let's look at the summary and take out the 7 mistakes to avoid. Okay, so let's have a look at what you picked here. So this is all about Tina Nicolay, hiring managers, job application, high volume. Nothing in there is actually telling us or giving us a mistake. So I'm moving on. Don't think that you need to find a point in every paragraph because that's where you'll get tricked. Okay, here we go. Typos, fonts. So in other words, we must not be sloppy. There we go. So number 1, don't be sloppy. Okay, so short, concise. Okay, so we must make it short, not lengthy. Avoid stating the obvious. Definitely. So there we've got 3. References. You must not omit reference information. So clear cut, straight to the topic. Paragraph 2. Okay, we've already mentioned references, so we can't bring it in again. Remember, if you've mentioned it, you move on. Okay. Oh, here we go. You have to show what you've accomplished and how these skills have helped you. Perfect. Now let's look. Language. Okay, so we must make sure we're not formal, but not too buzzwords, or we don't use too many buzzwords, okay? This is all about social media. It's got nothing to do with a mistake. Oh, we must review our CV. We have to give it a final look. Okay, so that's the end. So there you can see we picked out what we thought were the 7 important points. Rough work, like I said, this is just rough. Let's look at it again. I'm just copying straight from. So don't be sloppy. Make sure it is not too long. Don't state the obvious. Don't leave out references. You must state your skills. Don't be formal, but also don't be too trendy. And give it a final look. Great, so we're on the right track. Okay, now let's look again. We got our 7 facts. Okay, we know when we rewrite it, not more than 90 words. We know we need to put it in a paragraph. We don't need a title. We must give our word count. Okay, so there I'm taking my rough work. I'm now putting it into the answers. So I'm just making my own sentences here quickly. You must not be messy in your CV. You must provide brief and clear information. You must not state what is already clear. You must give references. You must be clear in listing your achievements. Do not be too formal or too slang. Double check your CV. Okay, now I still have to go and put it into a final paragraph. So here we go. This paragraph should very clearly tell me what not to do in my CV, taken from all the steps we've created. You must not be messy in your CV presentation. You must provide brief and clear information. You must not provide what is already clear. You have to provide references. You must be clear in listing your achievements. Do not be too formal or too slang in your writing. Double check your CV before sending it. 56 words, done, 100%. Okay, now let me quickly just tell you how we actually mark that summary. If you have written the correct 7 facts or 6, we give you leeway. You get an automatic +3 for language. If you have written the correct 4 to 5 facts, you miss some, you get a +2 for language. 1 to 3 facts correct, you get a +1. No facts correct, no language marks. So guys, down to you must try and pull out those 7 facts. Then you're basically going to get full marks. However, don't lift. So try and put it into your own words. You can lose marks that way. You can also lose marks for ignoring the word counts. Okay, so one last little recap look at summaries. This is a nice short video just to show you what not to do. What could this article be saying? The 7 reasons or 7 mistakes people make in CV writing. The 7 facts about COVID-19. So keep it or practice it, because that will really help you with pulling out those facts. And a quote to help you: life is a matter of choices and decisions. Every choice and decision that you make makes you. Okay, so you need to be good with decision making, and summaries will really help you with this. Right, guys, goodbye. See you next week. I hope you have a relaxing weekend like this little puppy. Take time for yourself, spend time with your family, relax, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, Grade 9s. This lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud. Have a lovely weekend with your family.